We are back here on Girl Talk. We are at Volkswagen here at Peacock Auto Mall. We are here with our friend Jim Thompson. Thank you for joining us.
You're more than welcome. We meet again.
I know, it's great. I know, we both reviewed our last interviews, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what a client associate is.
A client advisor.
A client advisor.
Not to correct you.
Exactly. Associate.
Well, you know, with the internet today, people do all of the research beforehand. You know, it used to be, I'm told, back in, you know, the
days gone.
Pre-internet, that people would just open the newspaper, read some ads, go out, look and buy a car within, you know, 72 hours roughly.
Okay.
But now, with the internet, people are starting to shop 6 months ahead of time online and so forth. So the old car salesman mentality, that's
Passat.
thing of the past.
It's so a decade ago.
Yeah, it's so last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's, but so a client advisor is more about describing, explaining the technology, the features, the advantages, the benefits, as opposed to, you know,
selling the car.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so I've long said that if you're looking at a Honda, at a Toyota, at a Ford, at any of the SUVs, come here, give me 20 minutes to just explain the advantages, and chances are really good you're going to leave in a Volkswagen. Not because you've been sold, but because you've had somebody explain the vehicle.
So knowledge is
advantages.
power, and what I hear you really say is you educate the consumer.
Absolutely.
Oh, see, that makes so much sense. You shared when we were chatting a little bit about what we were going to talk about, that the Passat is coming out with a whole new design.
Yeah,
I love that car, first of all.
Well, you know, it's funny. Volkswagen is 100% solid into the mid-size car.
Okay.
It's not going anywhere. You know, Ford has announced that they're not going to be making cars anymore. They're just going to. General Motors is moving out of cars, but no, Volkswagen is in 100%. And the completely redesigned Passat for 2020 is proof of that.
So I have to go back and say cars. What does that mean as opposed to an SUV or?
Yeah. Well, sedans.
Okay.
Let's say. So I misspoke.
Yeah. So, well, no. You're exactly right. I was trying to understand what that really meant. All at once, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I lumped them all together just as a lay consumer.
Sure.
Talk to me about the brands that Volkswagen has now. You've got the Passat.
Yes.
What are some?
We have the Passat, and then so we have the entry-level compact car, which would be the Jetta.
Okay.
And then you have the Passat. So those are the two cars. Then you have, and from the sports side, you have the GTI and the Golf R.
Okay.
So those are
the GTI and what's the second one?
Golf R.
Okay.
Those are performance vehicles.
Got it.
Or enthusiast vehicles.
Got it.
Then in the SUVs, you have the Tiguan and the Atlas. Interesting thing about the Atlas is because Volkswagen doesn't really, you don't see a lot of Volkswagen commercials out there. You see some, but not like some of the other car manufacturers.
Correct.
They more rely on word of mouth and people just seeing the vehicle. So from last year to this year, a 48% increase in sales from last year to this year for the Atlas alone. So that's just because people are seeing it, and it's a gorgeous vehicle.
Well, and I have to say, the Tiguan, in my neighborhood, there are 4 people.
Yeah.
Well, they're all about the same age, and I think one person got the Tiguan here, and now I think it's sort of trending. I think when people, like you said.
Yeah, they see one down the street, they see what they want to know what it is, and then they come here, they find the value, and they purchase. So.
Talk to me about service. Is it a fairly low maintenance car?
Oh,
all of these Volkswagens.
Well, for 2020, Volkswagen will pay your first 2 service intervals. So with Volkswagen, I know, right?
Right.
So with Volkswagen, it's 1 year or 10,000 miles. That's it.
Okay.
So you won't have an out-of-pocket till 30,000 miles or 3 years with the Volkswagen brand for the new coverage that they're including on every car.
It's really interesting. When I came in today, there are perfect holiday colors, the black and the white with a touch of red. From a color point of view, I know that's silly to you when you want to talk nuts and bolts, but for me it's pretty interesting. Lots of white cars.
Well, in our showroom, we did this for Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a Christmas
it's all good.
look.
Yeah, so it's the white cars with the red bows. So that's just something we did. for the holidays. You have a present underneath there, by the way.
Oh, we love this. I like that. I just talked to Jill and she said lots of things. But are the holidays great times to buy a car?
Well, everybody knows December is the best month to buy a car. 2019's, we're transitioning to the 2020s. We already have the 2020 Tiguan here.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. We have the 2020 Passat here. So, yeah, everybody knows that December is the best month, and the Volkswagen is absolutely no exception.
You're really fun to interview, and I think we all learn so much when we come here. And I always like the takeaway, and the takeaway is you don't sell cars. You basically educate consumers so that they get the value and understand the value.
Yeah, you can't sell people anymore. I mean, there's way too much information out there.
I like it.
You just can't do that.
How fun is it being on Girl Talk?
This is the second time. I had friends calling me last time, saying, hey, I saw you on Girl Talk.
Well, this will be no exception.
I was expecting a call from Hollywood, but yeah, it never came.
Maybe this year, this year.
I know this will be my breakout.
I love it.
Yeah.
Stay with us.
I'm going to have to get my SAG card here soon. Yeah.
Stay with us. There's more to come here on Girl Talk.